Iran may have outmaneuvered U.S., moved 400 kilograms uranium from nuclear site before airstrikes in a rapidly escalating nuclear standoff between Iran and Israel. New intelligence reports suggest that Iran may have successfully relocated around 400 kilograms of highly enriched uranium before a U.S. military strike hit three of its key nuclear sites. The revelation casts doubt on U.S. President Donald Trump's assertion that the American-led strikes had completely obliterated Iran's nuclear capabilities. On June 20, U.S. forces, in coordination with Israeli intelligence, launched precision strikes on the Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan nuclear facilities, which have long been at the center of global concern over Iran's nuclear ambitions. President Trump, who returned to office earlier this year, hailed the operation as a major success, telling supporters that Iran's nuclear threat has been neutralized. However, Iranian officials pushed back immediately, claiming the damage was minimal. According to Iranian state media and foreign ministry statements, the country's core nuclear infrastructure remains intact, and its ability to enrich uranium was not substantially affected. 2 Israeli officials seemed to confirm Iran's stand as they told the New York Times that Iran had moved a significant amount of uranium 400 kilograms, or roughly 880 pounds enriched to 60% purity and other equipment from the Fordow plant before the U.S. strikes. This is just below the 90% that is usually used in Indiana nuclear weapons. According to the report by NYT, senior U.S. officials including Vice President J.D. Vance have acknowledged that they do not currently know the location of Iran's uranium stockpile. Vance stated that the United States intends to address the issue directly. "That's one of the things we're going to discuss with the Iranians," he told ABC News, emphasizing the need for further diplomatic engagement. Complicating the issue further, at a Sunday press briefing, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane stopped short of endorsing President Trump's sweeping claim that the nuclear sites were entirely destroyed. Instead, they described initial assessments as indicating severe damage and destruction at the three targeted facilities, which were struck by Air Force B-2 bombers and Navy-launched Tomahawk missiles. Swipe left for next video. The International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA) has expressed concern over access to the affected sites and has called for transparency from Tehran. Iran, meanwhile, has limited cooperation with international inspectors and accused Western powers of nuclear hypocrisy. Iran's enrichment activities, while not openly violating the Non-Proliferation Treaty (NPT), have surged in recent years following the collapse of the 2015 nuclear deal. The stockpile of 60 enriched uranium has now surpassed 140 kilograms, according to the IAEA's last public report, more than enough for multiple bombs, if further refined. Latest blogs.